Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Holly contacts Doug on today's episode of Days of Our Lives to inform him that she has enough money to settle his obligations with Maggie. After she hangs up, Tate enters carrying a bunch of roses. He claims that following what transpired the other day, he simply wanted to do something kind. Although he wishes he could, he is unable to alter everything. Indeed. I am aware. He has no idea how it will turn out. He can't lose Holly, and he only knows that the baby will arrive no matter what. Although she is aware that he is apologetic, that he didn't want for this to occur, and that he tried to use protection, she finds this extremely difficult. Tate swears he won't allow anything, including this, to separate them. As Doug enters, he apologizes for intruding and gives Holly a kiss. Dazed Doug stands behind them, his eyes sad, as Tate looks down at Holly. Tate inquires as to how Doug sustained his injuries after Holly introduces them. He claims it was just a dumb accident, and Holly confides in an uneasy Tate about their New Year's Eve celebration at Julie's. Tate thanks Doug for watching over Holly on New Year's, but before he can ask why the newcomer is here, Sophia texts him to let him know that her doctor's appointment has been rescheduled for today. He says he believed it was the proper thing to do and leaves a dejected Holly in his wake. Leo informs his supervisor that Javi is a lady whistleblower when they are on the phone in Abe's room. Marlena reminds Leo that they have lunch arranged as she knocks on his door. He feels a little guilty about receiving free advice, but he still wants to talk to her about his awful news. He discovered he was correct all along about Javi just as he was making amends with him. Marlena warns him not to draw hasty conclusions as he sets forth the convoluted path that led to Javi. He only has circumstantial evidence, he has no proof. As she begins to probe, Leo discovers that Javi has no genuine ties to Rochester, so why would he conduct his banking there? Marlena stops him before he can go pick a fight with Javi. Dazed on his bed, Leo converses with a startled Marlena. He needs evidence if he is correct, but if he is mistaken, accusing Javi once more might permanently damage the situation. Leo expresses gratitude to Marlena for saving him once more and promises to be patient while looking for proof. They leave for lunch. After arranging lunch over the phone with Javi, Carrie takes out his laptop and asks himself, how can I ruin Leo Stark's life before lunch? When Gabby returns to the Hernandez residence, she informs her cousin that they must speak about Leo. She truly enjoys how Carrie and Javi are putting everything on the line by continuing to use the former scammer. Carrie expressed his displeasure with Leo's presence in their conversation. After they argue about how awful Leo is, Gabby orders her cousin to stop spending time with him. He shakes his head, I won't do that. Not at all. Gabby loses it, but Javi reassures her and Carrie that their friendship with Leo poses no threat to anyone. Dazed angrily, Gabby converses with Javi in their kitchen. All right, she yells. He must find a way to convey this to Carrie, but Gabby cannot stop him. According to Javi, he will, and if he is making a mistake as she claims, it is his fault. Brady greets Ava as she gets home, thanks her for coming, and then immediately informs her that Rachel was the sender of the texts. Though shocked, Ava understands that it makes logic. Rachel wants to reunite with her father. What are Brady and Kristen going to do? She says. Brady claims that after taking away Rachel's phone, they decided she needed therapy. According to Kristen, as long as it's not Marlena or one of her associates. Brady acknowledges that he must take Rachel's harmful conduct seriously and assist her, while Ava asserts that obtaining help is the most important thing. Ava says, perhaps we should stop seeing each other. Brady asserts that it is the worst possible notion. He cannot sacrifice himself to please his daughter. Ava recommends simply spending more time with Rachel and less time with her. Dazed Brady points to himself as he speaks to Ava in earnest in his living room. Rachel reaches for a letter opener at the DiMera home and recalls Ava's visit. Returning to the present, she uses the opener to Jimmy open the desk drawer lock and takes out her phone. However, Kristen removes it from her palm as she is texting. Kristen examines the phone and finds another threatening text message to Ava, despite Rachel's insistence that she was only playing Candy Crush. "Rachel, this is not acceptable." Kristen says she and Brady have something in mind for the irate child, sending her to treatment. The child dismisses her mother's warnings. "As long as it's Granny Mar." Rachel cheerfully consents to speak with a shrink. With an uneasy smile, Kristen informs Rachel Marlena that she is not the ideal therapist for her. She can tell a new therapist everything she wants, but she is too close to Grandma March. When Rachel asks if seeing a therapist will result in Mommy and Daddy reconciling, Kristen politely declines. It has to do with her emotions. She then expresses regret for raising Rachel's expectations of a reunion with Brady. Kristen adds that although there is no possibility of a family reunion, Rachel is the object of Mommy and Daddy's undying devotion. Kristen gives Rachel a hug and expresses her pride when she consents to see the therapist. Dazed disappointed, Kristen looks down at Rachel while holding a purple phone. In the latter moments of the play, Doug wonders what's going on with Sophia after apologizing for his poor timing. Holly updates him on the situation and how much more difficult it is now. Before he can leave, she stops him. Brady informs Ava that his relationship with Chloe was destroyed by Rachel. She cannot continue to get away with this and educate her that when she misbehaves, she gets what she wants. Indeed, he believes that they ought to go beyond. Kristen's call interrupts him as he leans in to kiss Ava. She gushes that she believes Rachel is ready for treatment and informs him that Rachel has agreed to see a therapist. Rachel slips out the front door after putting on her coat and packing her backpack in the hallway. Dazed Leo and Marlena are standing in the plaza with their hands locked together, facing off against Javi and Carrie. During their lunch date in the plaza, Javi tells his lover that Leo is a buddy, and Carrie needs to accept that. Javi is wearing the I Love Rochester shirt when Leo and Marlena leave the inn. After introducing Javi and Marlena, Leo pauses before introducing Carrie. He asks where Javi bought his Rochester sweatshirt and tells him he likes it. When Javi informs Leo that it belongs to Carrie, he adds that it's his hometown. Leo looks at Marlena and smiles. Something unexpected and beautiful occurred on Days of Our Lives 6 years ago. Sarah, the good doctor, had her muffin stolen by bad lad Xander. That isn't a euphemism, sorry. He actually ate her muffin after stealing it. The sparks that began to fly back then only grew stronger, and now Xander and Sarah are married for the second time and raising their daughter Victoria together. Xander believed he was flirting, and Sarah was just irritated. Sarah's character said, 6 years of that. You owe me a muffin, as part of a humorous, real-life reproduction of the scenario that Paul Telfer and Lindsay Godfrey performed to commemorate the milestone. Enjoy it while it lasts by watching it here, along with that pivotal opening scene.